Sonny's final blow. Lois disappears after Sonny learns the truth. Port Charles is no stranger to shocking revelations, but no one could have prepared for the storm about to erupt. Sonny Corinthos, a man who built his empire on power, loyalty, and control, is about to face a betrayal so deep that it shakes him to his core. The fallout will send ripples through the entire town, changing lives forever. The calm before the storm. For months, Lois Cerullo had been keeping a dangerous secret, one that, if exposed, could spell disaster for not just her, but everyone in Sonny's orbit. Ever since returning to Port Charles, Lois had been walking a fine line between old friendships and newly formed alliances. Her loyalty to Brooklyn and Ned had kept her tethered to the Quartermaines, but it was her deeper connection to Sonny that put her in an impossible position. Lois had uncovered a truth that could unravel Sonny's world, a betrayal orchestrated not by his enemies, but by someone he trusted implicitly. And worse, Lois had known for weeks, yet remained silent. The truth comes to light. Sonny had been sensing something off, his instincts sharper than ever. Despite his recent struggles with trust, he still had eyes and ears everywhere. When Ava dropped a cryptic remark about Lois being more involved in mob affairs than she let on, Sonny knew it was time to dig deeper. It didn't take long before he uncovered the shocking reality. Lois had been aware of a secret deal brokered between a rogue faction in his organization and a rival cartel. She had been privy to meetings, whispered phone calls, and financial transactions, yet said nothing. The weight of betrayal bore down on Sonny like a vice. He had considered Lois' family a piece of his past that reminded him of who he used to be. But now, all he saw was another name to add to the long list of those who had deceived him. A confrontation unlike any other. Lois knew the storm was coming, but she didn't expect Sonny to act so quickly. The moment he walked into her suite at the Metro Court, she saw the cold fire in his eyes. "Tell me it's not true." Sonny's voice was barely above a whisper, but it carried more weight than a shouted accusation. Lois swallowed hard. "Sonny, I wanted to tell you, but you didn't." He stepped closer, his presence suffocating. "You stood there, smiling in my face, while you knew people were moving against me." "It wasn't like that. I was trying to protect you." Sonny scoffed. "Protect me? You don't lie to someone you're trying to protect." Tears welled in Lois's eyes, but she knew they would do nothing to sway him. Sonny had been betrayed before, but this felt different. More personal. He had trusted her, let her back into his life, and she had let him down in the worst possible way. "You've made your choice, Lois," Sonny said, his voice heavy with finality. "And now, you're going to live with the consequences." The disappearance. Within hours, Lois was gone. She hadn't packed a bag, hadn't told a soul where she was going. One moment she was in Port Charles, the next, she had vanished without a trace. Brooklyn was frantic. "Ma, please just call me," she sobbed into the phone, leaving yet another voicemail. Even Ned, despite his complicated history with Lois, was concerned. This isn't like her. If she left, she had a reason. But no one knew the truth. No one except Sonny. He sat in his office, a glass of bourbon in hand, staring at the flickering candle on his desk. He hadn't had her taken out. He wasn't that far gone, but he had made it very clear that Port Charles was no longer a place she could call home. "Wherever she is," Sonny murmured, mostly to himself, "she better stay there." Fallout and unanswered questions. As news of Lois's disappearance spread, speculation ran rampant. Had she left to protect herself? Or had she been forced to leave? Brooklyn was determined to get to the bottom of it, even if it meant confronting Sonny head-on. But Sonny had already moved on to the next phase of his plan, cleaning house. The betrayal had been a wake-up call, and he wasn't about to let his guard down again. In the shadows, someone watched, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Because while Sonny thought he had delivered the final blow, the battle was far from over. And in the end, the biggest threat to Sonny Corinthos might not be an enemy at all, but the ghosts of the people he had cast aside.